Bracken. Time for an adventure? Yeah, let's go. Go on then. Let's get stuff.
She's got too much energy. Let's get rid of it. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, depending on what time you're watching this, I guess. Come on then. Got puppy Lola with me today. There she is. Obviously super excited to be out on our first adventure. Yeah, already bored. Amazing. It's been a while for lots of reasons. One, I've been moving house. Yeah, that's about it. Just itching to get away. So, not going very far today. Just going over a couple of hills, trying to test Lola out for her first wild camp. Before we get there, just want to show everyone one of the most amazing views I think I've ever seen. So, just off in the distance, you can see a mountain. Or is it a hill? A hill, which is featured on this channel before already. So, just there. There it is. If anyone can name that mountain in the comments section, I will be dead impressed. It's just an amazing view. You can see all the way out to Bracken. Lola! Come on, this way. There is another reason why I'm doing this video. I'm part of a Facebook group, it's like Wild Camping UK, something like that. And loads of people on there have been asking loads of questions about budget camping. Yeah, the cost of living is making me feel like it's not worth it, and the price of fuel is, well, at the moment my car's running off of hopes and dreams, which is another reason why we haven't travelled very far away from the house. Isn't that right though? So, budget camping. It's really easy to spend way too much money on stuff you don't need, especially if you're not sure if you're gonna love it or not. So I am going to go through all of the cheapest ways to bodge a wild camping trip. And herein lies the first problem. Yeah. Lola, how are we going to get around this one? Guess I'll have to pick you up. Up we go. I see a thing.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's grey outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
Am I going for budget camping? I'm also trying to dog train at the same time, which is interesting in amongst filming and all. If you've spotted the difference between this video and the last video, hats off to you. Get it? Hat. It's the hat. The hat's the difference. Really nice hat, this. Thinking about getting some more, selling them. Be £20 each. If you're interested, let me know. Whack it in the comments or head over to my Instagram and slide into my DMs. Also been busy with hat. Busy with hat, get it?
Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees get undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? comes, until winter comes, until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
Anyway, where to start? Budget camping. Now, this is a tricky one because some people prefer comfort and some people prefer it to be ultra lightweight. And there's basically the rule of three. You can either have something cheap, you can have something that's super lightweight, or you can have something that's super good quality with high durability. And you can only have two of those things. So remember, there's always a trade-off no matter what you buy. And if you go really cheap, turns out you go pretty lightweight anyway. I've gone for hammock camping today, as you can see, and that's because it's more comfortable for me, and it comes to around about the same price as your low-end tents anyway. What I'm using is the OEX Bush Pro, and that was £25 I believe when I bought it, and the hammock is a no brand one from Amazon. Yeah, it's done me well in the past, so nothing wrong with a cheap hammock. It's just a lie on, I guess. I've also got a foam mat as well, which is like a £5 anyway. That's your shelter on your bed for the night. For your duvet slash secondary bed, sleeping bag. They are cheap. This one's 30 quid, but there are like Euro hike sleeping bags out there, which are like 10 or 15 quid, which will work just as well as long as you start your camping in the summer. Do not take a budget sleeping bag out into winter camping. There's, yeah, you just freeze your nips off. Okay, so just rolling down the hill. Bollocks. You don't need a sleeping bag though. I could have just bought a big blanket with me, especially in the summer. That would have worked just as well tonight, I reckon. No, stop it! No, it's not football. Now I know that, especially if you're a beginner and you've never done anything like this before, setting up a tarp and a hammock might be a bit daunting, but don't worry about that. I am going to do another video at some point showing how to do the tarp setup. Hopefully we'll have a big web series called Find Your Wild, basically a step-by-step guide to getting started on camping and how to get the most out of your experience out in the wild. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There is a button below. Might as well do it. I mean, you never know, you might learn something. Make me feel good anyway. And you'll get to see more Lola, hopefully, unless she keeps playing up like she is now. She is only a wee little puppy. So if the hammock and the tarp is too daunting for you, definitely have a look at some of the cheaper budget tents you can get. I've got an OEX Fox 1v2, which is a one-man tent. That was 50 quid, and it's lasted me for ages. I mean, you've seen it on the channel before. I'm gonna have a quick 10-minute breather, basically play around with Lola, and then we're gonna get some food on. Budget style. Well, we were playing for a minute, and then we were going to get some food. She's already eaten. We're both pretty comfy at the moment, so I guess, yeah, it's going to be a little while longer. Another thing that people might be worried about when going wild camping is food, because food is important. Nothing beats a hot meal, so you're going to need some kind of stove. There's loads of different kinds. You see me use the jet boil, but again, we're going budget. So one of the cheapest ways I can think of, a mini solid fuel fire stove. And there's the fuel. Fire Dragon green and clean solid fuel. Let's see how it works. For food, you can either go for like the dehydrated meals, which you've seen me eat in the past, or you can even get the boil in a bag meal. They are a bit pricey, like each meal can come up to £6.50. Another way is just get some Uncle Ben's spicy Mexican rice. This can of tuna, lovely meal. It costs like £2. Cheer fuel. The stove cost me £4.50. The fuel for it cost me £1.99, so much cheaper than gas. The mess tins as well added onto it was another £5, just over a tenner. Absolute bargain. Spork. Again, you can either buy these for a couple of quid or just take one of your own ones from your kitchen. Tiny little bit, because she's already on food. She's a bit unsettled because it's her first camping trip, first time in a hammock. Just sitting here watching the sunset. We just passed the summer solstice. Doesn't get dark till like 11. Yeah, we haven't really moved, so I'm gonna call it a night. Till the night. Good morning. Oh, it is like 4:30 in the morning. What the plan is very quick. Just camp, pack up, go have a look at the sunset, and then take Lola home. It's absolutely stunning. Last night's sleep was pretty good, actually, pretty good. Both of us in the hammock sharing one sleeping bag. And look at that sunrise. Oh, what a morning. Beautiful morning. So it's something out of Lion King, is it? Right, all back, showered, lovely. Even had a cooked breakfast this morning. I've forgotten what we were talking about. So, budget camping. Had the experience, you've seen it, it can be done. Wasn't even uncomfortable. Super lightweight as well. I managed to pack everything down into this small bag. So, let's go through everything in this small bag and how much it will cost. Tarp, hammock, £52 in total, or like I said, you could go for one on the cheaper end. Tents, if the idea of putting up a tarp and hammock is a bit daunting to you for your first time, which it probably will be, let's be honest. Setting up a tarp and a hammock is a pain in the arse, so sometimes tents are a little bit easier. Another thing you'll need if you are doing hammock and tarp is cord. Bundles and bundles of cord. You can get like 10 meters worth or 20 meters worth for £8 on Amazon, so yeah, super cheap there. Your shelter in total comes to around £50 to £60 depending on what you're going for. Next is sleep, cheapy roll mat, super cheap, £5. And the sleeping bag, which we talked about, that was another £30. Water, don't bother buying an expensive bottle, £2. Next up, cooking. Cheapest option I could find, £10.89 from certain retailers, 2 mess tins and your little stove, plus solid fuel as well. So £7.89, you got yourself a decent cook set. Now, or if you want something that's a little bit more powerful, then you can also go on Amazon, get one of these cheap sets. You've seen them before, I'm not going to show you. They're £20. The bag itself, this one was £27 I think off Amazon. First aid, nice cheap first aid kit, costs you £10. I call it a non-essential essential because it's not essential until it is, as in till you're bleeding to death. So definitely, although I'm saying it's a non-essential, it's only non-essential if you don't need it, so make sure you do budget for that as well. Now, I didn't want this to turn into a big boring tutorial, so I'm going to stop it there because people get bored of me talking too much. There's loads of other stuff which I haven't mentioned, things like a head torch or a cheap little knife or multi-tool, things like that. Like I said, I'm going to have a Find Your Wild series coming out soon, which is going to have all of the hints, tips, tricks on where to get started and further on. If you don't want to miss that web series, or if you've got any suggestions for it, make sure you hit subscribe and like and comment and all that other stuff. I appreciate it. I do. I've had some lovely comments on there recently and it does put a massive smile on my face. You have no idea. Ego is clinging on to that with dear life, so yeah, let's not let my ego disappear entirely. That's it for my adventure. Lola's inside sleeping still, so I'm going to go wake her up. Till next one, stay safe. Can I get up now, please? I got things up. Oh. Say hello to all your new fans. We didn't get a puppy just so that I get more subscribers, but if you don't work, you're going back to the pound.